Hey, it's JC1424 once again with another video. I'm going to be answering all the questions you guys left me in the Q&A video that I made the announcement with just about a week ago. I would like to thank everybody once again for subscribing to the channel and watching the content that I make. I really appreciate the support. And we reached 500 subscribers a little more than a week ago, and that's why I'm doing this. So yeah, let's get into this. The first few questions are from Smokey the Bear 911. And first he's asking me, what your biggest inspiration to start doing YouTube? That made no sense, but I still know what he's asking me. My main inspiration to start doing YouTube was Rhino GT4 back in 2013, whenever he was doing a Let's Play of Gran Turismo 4. I really enjoyed that. It was also the inspiration for me to buy that game. I still haven't finished it yet, but I'm really close to. It's just a Formula GT Championship, of course, and after I discovered Rhino GT4 and made some videos of me playing Gran Turismo 3 and FIFA 14 on a channel that no longer exists, Into SC4R was posting a lot of NASCAR gaming videos, and that was kind of what got me inspired to do season mode Let's Plays like he did, and my quality got a lot better and all that stuff. But yeah, the second question he's asking me is, what is your favorite part about doing YouTube? Well, just making the videos in general. I really enjoy making content. Sometimes it's really frustrating, but after it's all done, I'm editing it and looking back on it, I enjoy watching the videos. And if I enjoy watching a video that I made myself, that's something that reassures me that you guys will like it, because you've all subscribed to me for liking my content, and I'm glad to know that I'm making content that people actually appreciate. It's amazing to think that people appreciate the content I make just as much as I do. The third question that he asked me is, how has this affected your life since YouTube began? I'm not sure exactly what he means by that question. I'm assuming that he means whenever I started doing YouTube rather than whenever it began in 2005, I believe. But yeah, it's a lot of editing, and it's definitely become something I have a true passion for. It's the one thing I don't do better than anything else. And I just love making the videos for you guys. So it takes a lot of time, but it's definitely worth it. The next four questions are from Pro Omnia, and he's a guy that I actually did a video with in 2016. We're really good friends. It was of ATV Off-Road Fury, and that can be found in my collaborations playlist and also my ATV Off-Road Fury playlist. You should check out his channel right now. He's doing a Let's Play of ATV Off-Road Fury 4, and I'm really intrigued with that one. I'm sure you guys would be as well. But the first question that he's asking me is, what made you decide to start posting YouTube videos? Like I answered a while ago to someone else, Rhino GT4 was the main inspiration for me to start making videos myself. The second question that he's asking me is, what series of games are you wanting to Let's Play, both NASCAR and others? Well, as far as NASCAR games go, I would like to do Let's Plays of NASCAR 2001 for a season mode, and NASCAR 2011 the game for a Race Now series, but I don't have either of those games. And others, well, I would like to do Let's Plays of the first 3 Harry Potter games for the PlayStation 2, but I only have the third one. We used to have the second one a long time ago, but it got scratched and it wouldn't even load the first level, so yeah, you know how that is. The third question that he's asking me is, what are some games you play or that you've enjoyed playing that might be shocking to know that you've played them, like a guilty pleasure game or a game that makes us go, JC plays, insert game name here. What? Whoa. Well, I did a video of Pets Cats 2 in 2016 as an April Fool's joke, but you know, that was kind of fake. And of course, I have played the game and enjoyed some parts of it, but I don't even own it anymore. I gave it to my friends Joseph and Zachary so they could do a video of that. It's a Joseph versus Zachary video. You could just look it up. And that's the only game that I can think of that is in any way a guilty pleasure, but it's not even entirely a guilty pleasure because most of the game is dialogue and I hate it. The fourth and final question that Pro Omnia is asking me is, are there any interesting plans for the channel now that you've gotten 500 subscribers? I didn't mention 4x4 Evolution whenever I was talking about number 2, but it's a game that's like ATV Off-Road Fury with its cross-country enduro, except it's with trucks and SUVs only, and I plan to do that after Monster Jam Maximum Destruction is over. Hopefully I do, but I do have a lot of stuff to unlock in that game before I start that series, and I would like to get it done. But everything is practically in number 2 with that question. I would like to do more vlogs. I would like to do more musical reviews kind of stuff. And yeah, that's about it. So thanks for asking, Braxton. The next few questions are from Revolution Radio. The first question that he asked me is, have you ever seen Rise Against live? To that I would have to say no, because I've never seen any band live for that matter. None of my favorite bands in concert. I have seen videos of Rise Against performing live as well as other bands, but I've never been to a concert, so I don't know if I can say yes or no to that question. The second question he's asking me is favorite game. My favorite game is NASCAR Thunder 2004 for the PlayStation 2. It's got a great in-depth career mode, great driving model and driving physics. The sound is great. The AI with the Grudges and Alliance feature, it makes it even more interactive, and it's a really fun game to play. The soundtrack is really nice too. I love the soundtrack from that game, so that's why it's my favorite. The third one he asked me is favorite song, which would be Rumors of My Demise Have Been Greatly Exaggerated by Rise Against, which is the last song from their 2004 album, Siren Song of the Counterculture. And going to his last question, my favorite album is that album. Next one is from Nate Carter. He asked me, is Greg Biffle a bug-eyed dummy? Yes. Sterling Marlin says so. But he's a good bug-eyed dummy. He's a good bug-eyed dummy. The next question is from Joshua Humphreys, whom I know personally because I used to go to school with him. We did a video together of Monster Jam Maximum Destruction in 2016 as a Veterans Day special, so you guys can check that out in the collaborations playlist or the Monster Jam Maximum Destruction playlist. He asked me, will you play a horror game? Because that would be interesting to watch you freak out. Well, there's Finding Nemo. Last week I was doing episode 7, and I saw a sea urchin at the very last second. It scared the crap out of me, so there's a jump scare in that episode if you want to check that out. And, well, that's all that I can think of, honestly. I'm really not interested in doing any horror games, legitimate horror games. I'm not PewDiePie, so I don't think I'm ever going to do that. The next 4 questions are from YoshiFan961, and first he asked me, do you have any Mario Kart games? Well, I don't even have a Nintendo console, so I don't have any Mario Kart games. I have played Mario Kart just once, but back then I really wasn't that interested in it. Now I really am, because Lombard Bros Gaming does a lot of Mario Kart live streams and videos and such, especially into SE4. I don't know what happened to his Mario Kart series. He started with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for the Wii. Not the Wii, the Nintendo Switch. Whatever it is, I don't even know shit about freaking Nintendo, do I? But no. Favorite IndyCar driver? Well, if Danica Patrick would retire from NASCAR and go back to IndyCar, she would be my favorite IndyCar driver, because it'd be so relieving to not see Danica Patrick in NASCAR. But that's probably never going to happen. I don't really watch IndyCar at all, so yeah. The third question that he asked me is Pepsi or Coke? Yeah, sorry, but you should know this by now. I mean, I've done so many cameos of Pepsi because it's my favorite soda, and Coke, I only drink Coca-Cola whenever it's my last resort. I mean, I did a Pepsi editing vlog. I did like a dub of the taste of Coca-Cola whenever I was doing a NASCAR PSP video. I was like, the taste of Pepsi Cola, or whatever it is. I also did the Coca-Cola 600 in NASCAR 09, and I said the race was brought to you by Pepsi, so that was great. So yeah, definitely Pepsi, of course. And the fourth and final question that he's asking me is Michigan a real racetrack? I hope not. I really hope not. Limestonebutter asked me, what is your favorite truck driver as of 2017? Well, I don't watch the truck series normally. The only series I watch in NASCAR is usually the Cup series. The last truck race I watched was the Martinsville one that I do believe Chase Elliott won. I know a few names like Chase Briscoe, Christopher Bell, I think John Hunter Nemechek rides in there, but I don't really have one at all because I don't watch it enough. Xfinity driver, I do have a favorite Xfinity driver, but I still don't watch the Xfinity series that much either. It's Justin Allgaier, and most likely just because Kamikaze Games likes him so much, and he's constantly screwed over in their races because of all these freaking Cup drivers that run Xfinity races, and that's why I'm not even interested in the Xfinity series, is because so many of them are run with Cup drivers taking over the whole wheel. The next question is from Jacob Allen, and he asked me, what was your favorite Gordon and Stewart win? Well, my favorite Gordon win would be, I think, the 2011 one, which was at Phoenix, where he passed Kyle Busch with a few laps to go, and something about that one was so funny because it was Kyle Busch that he passed. I don't know. And Tony Stewart would definitely have to be his last one of his career, which happened at Sonoma Raceway, where he passed Denny Hamlin on the same lap where Denny Hamlin got around him and all. That one was really exciting. I actually did a reaction video of that in 2016. You can just look that up on YouTube. 2016 Toyota Save Mart 350 reactions or something like that, and that'll show up. But yeah, that was my favorite one. It was such an amazing win. It had me jumping like crazy because he almost lost it, and I wanted him to win one more race in his career. The next couple of questions are from the Texas Outlaw. First, he asked me, what is your favorite console? Definitely the PlayStation 2, because I've spent so much of my life playing video games on there. I've got the largest collection of PlayStation 2 games compared to everything else I have a collection of whenever it comes to games. NASCAR game, once again, NASCAR Thunder 2004 is my favorite game of all time, so of course it's my favorite game. The third question, even though it says number 2, I don't know why. What is your favorite driver? Tony Stewart retired last year, and Jeff Gordon was my second favorite driver before that. So with that, Joey Logano is now my current favorite driver. This one is from Lego88 fan, and he asked me, what's your favorite NASCAR game of all time? Mine's NASCAR Thunder 2004. So is mine. I already told you why, so I can't really go in depth with this one. How do you Michael the Waltrip? Well, you just go to this folder, you go to videos, Elgato Game Capture Library, and I think you click this one and this video, and now I have to wait for it to finish loading. What you do is you click right here, and here you go. This is how you Michael the Waltrip. The next question that he asked me is, will Dale Jr. win this season? No, I really don't think so. I mean, not like Tony Stewart or Jeff Gordon did. That's my opinion. Dirt confirmed for NASCAR Heat 2. Yes, they're going to have Eldora for the Truck Series in NASCAR Heat 2. So I'm really excited about that. Hopefully it's got good physics like it did back with NASCAR Daytona in the Dirt Series. The next couple of questions are from Evan McLeod. And the first one that he asked me is, what's your favorite video or live stream you did and why? Well, I think my favorite live stream that I've ever done might just be the one where I just flat out ate a hamburger on live stream just for the purpose of that while listening to the song Devour by Shinedown. I don't know why I did that, but yeah, you can probably find that in that playlist. And my favorite video, I've made so many gosh darn videos, that's a very difficult question to answer. I could probably list a few. In NASCAR 09, the Chicagoland race, the Kansas race, in NASCAR Thunder 2004 during that Jeff Gordon season, the Sonoma race was definitely one of them, the Texas race, the California race. On NASCAR PSP, I think my favorite video in that entire series would be the one that I did as Tony Stewart in the Race Now series of NASCAR PSP. Spider-Man 2 Pizza Time series, that I have to pick the one called SPLAT because I jumped from up on top of a building and I landed on a customer and gave them the pizza at the same time. That was just the best crap ever. And Finding Nemo, that series isn't over yet, but that's definitely got one that I have to choose from. Favorite in Finding Nemo, definitely the third episode, was it? I think it was the third one. No, not the third one. The second one. Episode 2 of Finding Nemo, where I was on the sponge bed in a bonus level, and I could not complete it. It took me like 20 minutes to get it done, I think. But I was trying over and over and over again, and that 32-part montage of failure was just so great. So I have to go with that one. So Crash Bandicoot and the Wrath of Cortex had probably my favorite video of last year. And for that one, it was the first boss level of the game. I think it is Rumble in the Rocks. That was that one. That was my favorite video from last year, I'm sure. And the next question that he asked me is, which one is your favorite? PS2, PSP, PlayStation 3, or PlayStation 4? Well, I have all 4 of those. And it's kind of a rough one between PlayStation 2 and PlayStation Portable. But, I mean, for gaming, definitely PlayStation 2. And for a variety of things rather than just games, you know, you have music and then you have movies, TV shows, and all kinds of stuff like that on the PlayStation Portable. So for the media variety, you have to go with PSP. But you know, PSP is kind of outdated now because you got these smartphones that can do so much more than the PSP can do. Of course, it was just PSP supposedly came first with all that on those grounds. The next 5 questions are from JJ's Versalles. The first one that he asked me is, when will you upload your sex tape to Pornhub? Well, it's just I've got so many to choose from, I'm having a hard time deciding, so it might be a while. The second question that he asked is, what was the scariest moment of your childhood? Well, I can think of some scary moments, but I can't really think of which one is the scariest. And plus, it's so far away that it probably doesn't really come to mind that quickly. I don't know if it ever would. Maybe I'll remember it randomly in the middle of nowhere in the future. But I got stung by a wasp one time. I mean, this one time I was riding my scooter or something, and that was back when I was in like 4th or 5th grade, and some neighbor's dogs started chasing me down. I had a fear of dogs like crazy back then. This time, I kind of just stay calm whenever I'm around dogs. But I guess I'm still scared of them. I don't know. You know, like big dogs that are not trained to stay off of you and stuff like that. I don't know. But that was me back then. And there was another time whenever me and my dad and my older brother were out on the water somewhere on a boat, and then my dad put a life jacket on me and he put me in the water, and I screamed to death because I was all scared like crazy that I was going to drown even though I had the life jacket on. So maybe that's one. I had a panic attack, and then he threw me back onto the boat. But yeah, that's the only thing I can think of as far as that one goes. Third question he asked, what is your favorite video that I have made? The very first one, the reversed Kamikaze Games worst Daytona 500. Definitely that one, because the reverse Joey Logano imitation thing. The fourth question that he asked me is, what is your favorite Kamikaze Games series? To that, I would definitely have to say Need for Speed Most Wanted, because it's made me miss the game that I don't have anymore, that I considered doing a Let's Play of in like 2015. So I would like to get a good copy of that game so I can do a Let's Play of it. I also wonder if my PlayStation 2 can even read that game correctly, because I got one copy of it, but it wouldn't read it. It wouldn't load gameplay, so I gave up on that one. The fifth and final question that JJ asked me is, since Blaney won, who do you think will win first, Elliott or Jones? Definitely Elliott, because he's come so much closer. In 2016, he was really close to winning like 3 or 4 races, and he didn't win any of them. And Jones, well, he's kind of rarely in the top 10. And he was doing really good at Pocono, but I don't think Jones is going to win a race this season. If Elliott doesn't win a race this season, but Jones does, that's going to be a huge, big, fat-ass upset, if you ask me. These next few questions are from Frony13, Frony to Bobbin. The first one that he asked me is, have you seen or are you going to see Cars 3? Well, as I'm recording this, it hasn't been released yet, but it's going to be released like tomorrow. I am going to see it on Saturday, and this comes out the day after Saturday, so supposedly, I guess what I should say is I am going to see it yesterday. A combination of the time barrier. Will you ever get an Xbox One? I know what he means, but I don't know if I'll get an Xbox One. If I do, it'll probably be by the time that Xbox One generation is coming to an end. I got a new consoles generation going on. On a percent scale from 0% to 100%, how would you rate NASCAR Heat Evolution? Well, maybe like a 55%, and there are a few games that are definitely worse than that. I mean, I think of NASCAR 08 on the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360, and I have that for my PlayStation 3, so I know how bad that piece of crap is. NASCAR 14 has tons of bugs. It's like NASCAR 15, except really buggy, as if NASCAR 15 wasn't buggy enough with the way they designed the game. But yeah, 55%. Have you ever tried Monster Energy Drink? I don't drink energy drinks, and I think the only one I've ever tried was Red Bull back when I was in like elementary school, probably 7 or 8 years old, and it was disgusting, so I didn't like it. Do you have a Facebook? I don't have a Facebook page, but I do have an account for friends and, you know, just basic communication. Facebook is the only thing that I have as far as social networks goes. I don't do like Twitter or Snapchat or what else, Instagram. I don't do any of that stuff. Next one is from Alex the Sniper 19, and he asked me, how do you like more as a driver, Tony Smoke Stewart or Jeff Gordon? How? That's funny. Obviously Tony Stewart, hence JC1424, not JC2414. I mean, if it was JC2414, this channel would be so much more worse because that's a horrible channel name. This one is from Quirico Espin, who used to be known as Francisco Yo. He used to have way over like 1,000 subscribers and do NR 2003 Let's Plays and stuff like that. And Toka Race Driver 3 stuff on his PC. I wish that he comes back sometime in the future because I really liked his content. It was disappointing whenever he left, but that was a long time ago, back in like 2015, I think. But yeah, he asked me, are you going to buy MotoGP 17? No. I think I've only played one MotoGP game, and that was way back in the early 2000s. It was a rental that my brother made somewhere, and I don't really have an interest in motorcycle racing at all. What do you think about NASCAR Heat 2 having the 3 main series? I think that's amazing. I just hope that they get the physics decent. That's more important to me than having all those extra series in. I want the car that I can drive and good physics before I want a lot of series that I can compete in. Last question is, would you rather fight 100 duck-sized horses or 1 horse-sized duck? One horse-sized duck, because 100 duck-sized horses could do a lot more damage, because that is a lot of spatial area that they would take up, which would let you know they could do a lot more damage than just one horse-sized duck. Feels good to have 500 subscribers, doesn't it? GT Rico. Yeah, I was more impacted by 400 though, because I don't know, I guess like that number felt like I was really getting somewhere, and whenever I got to 500, I was still just as happy, but I was even more, just a little bit more happy because it was, 500. But yeah, definitely really happy that we've reached this checkpoint in the whole YouTube thing I've got going on here. This is from I Hate Kyle Busch Owns You. He used to be known as Colin Francis, I know that. Do you even lift? I lift hamburger pillows a lot. I don't think that counts, but yeah. So yeah, I lift hamburger pillows. This final question is from SportsFan35, and he asked me, do you like Sun Chips? Well, I don't like the original flavor as much as I do the cheese flavor, but they're okay. I love the cheese flavor quite a bit. I don't eat them that often. I'm more of a Funyuns, nacho flavored Doritos guy, I guess. And yeah. So that was the last one. Thanks to everybody that submitted questions. I really appreciate everybody that subscribed to the channel and been watching the content that I make so much. I'm going to continue to make content. We're going to continue to gain subscribers. I'm not going to stop until I die. Or if YouTube dies. Whichever comes first. So see you next time. That's that. And video over.